That's it. That's all. That's all to Blazing Strike. That's the intro. That's the intro of the game. All right, first thing is first when it comes to rating this game and putting it all together is talking about the intro. It really doesn't have an intro, and again, it's kind of not this game's fault that it doesn't have an intro. It's indie, but he still could have had some type of intro, right? Let's take Street Fighter 3 for example. Not Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter Alpha 2. All it did was scan across some of the character sprites, and they were in still motion, and then it showed them doing a couple super moves, and that's it. That's all we're asking for, guys. So if I went to an arcade and all I saw was Blazing Strike across the screen, I don't think I would go in and put 50 cents into that game, you know? And then if I'm at home, I'm really excited to play the game. This isn't a game that once I've done that, it wouldn't get me that much more excited about continuing to play all night, right? So I'm gonna have to give this. It had a title screen, it had a little thing. It was nice, and it had a little intro music. I'm gonna sit here and be nice about that. It gets a 5. I think 5 is super fair and giving a game that's like that, you know? Character select screen. I think the character select screen is really lovely. It looks really good. You hover over the character. It shows you what the character looks like and gives you a general idea of what you're getting into. I think that's really cool. It's really nice. The character sprites within the little squares look really good as well. I'm gonna give this give it a 13. It's nothing special to give it like a full-on 15, but it's cool. It's cool. Character viability. Now, I'm gonna step in a portion of viability that I normally don't step into, but the characters, they're all different. In general, they're all different. But my problem with it is that the characters only have 3 to 4 moves in their moveset. Yeah, you can go and expand a little bit more when you hold down that rush button, but it doesn't extend far enough for me, right? But the argument also would be, if you go back and play the original Street Fighter 2, each character only had 2 to 3 moves as well. But then on the flip side, the other argument is this isn't Street Fighter 2. It's possible to do a little bit more with the characters here. So, but overall, I did enjoy the characters that I did get an opportunity to play with. They're very unique, each one of them. They have their own little style, and they have their own little look and own little mechanics. And ultimately, they're paying homage to other characters from other games. I don't know. I think I'm willing to give this a solid 16. I think that's cool. Character design, yeah, I put that. I kind of lump both of those things kind of together. I'm gonna give it a 12. There's some characters there that I'm like, a little generic. But overall, it's like, yo, that's kind of dope. I'm willing to give it a 12. Game mechanics. This is the part that a lot of people had complained about. Hey, this game isn't that. This game isn't this. I wish that we had this dash mechanic do something else, right? You should be able to dash. This is how they wanted to make the game. Either you like it or you don't. I don't think that was a big deal. It was very, very easy to understand how that mechanic worked. One of the things I didn't like is some of the stuff in the stages. Like, what is that? You're grabbing me in the corner, there's a tornado, there's a crane coming down and hitting me. I really didn't like that much. That didn't really add more things to the game. It was a annoyance, right? We look at games like Dead or Alive, right? Or for that matter, even Tekken, what they're doing right now, or not Dead or Alive, I just said Dead or Alive, Virtual Fighter, right? Those games right there, they do that, right? They have things that interfere with with your stages. You can break stuff, and it added to it more than anything else. I don't feel that they added anything to it, right? Oh, thanks. I don't think they really added anything to it. So with that, I think the game mechanics here overall, I'm willing to give it a 24. It's not perfect, but it's really easy to understand how the game works, how to get the combos off, and there's a level of creativity when you start implementing that charge button. I'm okay with that. It takes a little bit of time to get used to, but kind of going back to the very original thing, even though we're kind of thinking about the days of old, if you don't understand the game, go in there and lab and figure that out. Go in there and lab and go figure that out. And then go and make the game fun for you. If it's not fun, just leave. It's okay. It's fine. But that's how the game's made. Give the game some time. We played this game for about a week. I see absolutely nothing wrong with that mechanic. Game design. So this is a little plain. I can't give it a high score there. I understand that it's a one-man show and it's an independent thing, but I got to give it a 10. Character customizations and options. There's not a lot to it, so it's just a palette swap. The highest I can give it is a 6, right? Here's the music section. Now, this is one I can say, and I will admit it's controversial. And I'm going to start with talking about KOF a little bit. In my opinion, I don't think KOF music is memorable. Other people will say otherwise, right? I think Tekken and Street Fighter music is memorable. And maybe that's because I play it a little bit more than I play KOF. Do I recognize KOF songs? Yes, I do. But I'm not going around humming KOF. I'm humming Street Fighter. I'm humming Tekken. I'm even humming, Virtual Fighter type songs, right? But I don't think some of the BGM in this game is not as catchy, and it won't get stuck in my head. One stage that one sand stage, it kind of got stuck in my head, but I think the music really, and normally I would want to put more emphasis on the music, because music can make or break a game, but I'm not gonna do that. The music was okay, so I'm gonna say 11. I think that's super fair. Outro and game ending, that wasn't it. You beat it in arcade mode. That's rough. I didn't like how that ended. They could have gave a little bit of a snippet or something to say, hey, this was you beat the game, and it gives a little bit of a background of that particular character. Again, I understand it's an independent game, but I still have to be fair in this, so I can only give it a 10. There was something at the end, though. I'll say that. I'll give it a 10, right? It was just a congratulations, and it had all the characters lined up. I'll give it a 10. Replay value. I don't know if there was a community behind this game. I think I would play it a little bit more, but I don't think there's a community behind it yet. Am I the guy to do that? I don't know. I don't think I am the guy to do that. But if there was a community that was for it, or for that matter, there was a scene, at Evo or Combo Breaker for it, I might jump into there. But I don't think there is a lot more replay. There's not a survival mode, right? There isn't all these different modes there to keep on playing over and over again. Like I said, with the outros and game endings right there, it doesn't give me any incentive to. No thanks. It doesn't give me any incentive to keep on playing with different characters to get better or get good or have a better understanding of the characters here. So I'm gonna have to give this a lower rating, which is probably a 12, because like I said, there's all sorts of different caveats here on why I wouldn't continue playing this game over and over again. Overall look and feel, this is going to be fairly high. I think the game looks great. It feels good in the hands. Everything coming together as a whole, as one, is what really makes these games. And I think he, for a one-man show and what it is, I think he did a really great job. I'm gonna say 34 out of 40 right there. It looks really good. Additional gameplays and modes. We have burst mode. We have arcade mode. We have story mode. And then we have training mode. And the training mode is a little, See how I did that? You know, the sign language for It's okay. There's a few flaws, but nothing to make you not want to go in and train, right? So I'm willing to say that we can. It's probably a 2 right there, giving some bonus extra credit points. Story. There is a story about the post-apocalyptic space that they're in. I think that was pretty cool. I give it and getting to know some of the characters. It's not the best story in the world. They treat it like a comic book more than anything else. It gets a little long in some spaces. I didn't know if I wanted it to get straight to the point. I'm gonna give that a 3. Online gameplay. Couldn't find an opponent for this game. I do not know how the game works. So I'm gonna be fair about that on the online. They say there's rollback netcode. To be fair about this, and unless somebody tells me otherwise, hey, I had this problem with the game or whatever, I'm going to give it a 5. That's fair for giving it some extra credit. Was it good for its time? That's a 0 because it just came out. I'm not going to compare it to games like Tekken and Street Fighter. And let's see down below. That's not bad. We cannot be mad at this score right here. You might be mad about about which areas that we gave certain numbers to, but in general, you can't be mad at that score. 75.8, that's really a 76. That's going towards the higher side of a C. And I think that's good. There's only a few tweaks here that's needed, right? And something as simple, again, to draw, right? Something simple is, remember that's a 5. Something simple as this can change the whole game. Look, boom. Imagine if it had an intro to help this out, right? And being fair about it, but it didn't have that. Or somewhere around this area, giving this another 2 points right here, or giving this another 2 points right here. There's a lot of nickeling and diming here that could really help this game go that much further, right? But again, I don't think that's bad. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think this was a 75? Do you think it was higher? Do you think it's lower? The price point, for those of you that went out there and bought it, what do you think about this game? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Success and victory. Don't block with your face. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.